I'm 21, and I've always just been attached to Street Fighter in general. So like growing up, I grew like growing up in 2010s. There was a huge wave of like there was a huge like influx of people playing retro games on the internet. You had shit like Game Grumps, the Angry Video Game Nerd. There was just like a huge wave of people nostalgic for the 80s and 90s. Having a dad also grew up during that era, and he like is super nostalgic for that stuff. So I like grew up on like 80s games, 90s video games, movies, stuff like that. So Street Fighter's always just kind of been a part of my life, both because of like the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, which my dad loves, and just like retro games being a constant presence. So like Street Fighter is super important to video gaming as a whole.
Yeah.
But like when I started taking fighting games seriously, is when I also started playing Street Fighter. So like I have autism, and so like as a kid I would go to these like appointments and stuff. And at that they had a Wii, and on the Wii, on the virtual console, they had some version of Street Fighter 2. I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been like the Genesis one. And on there, I would play it, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was playing Dial because it was the only character I could figure out a special move on. Yeah. When it comes to just like fighting games, it's affected me in a few ways. It makes me like really interested in analyzing people's gameplay, like analyzing the meta and stuff. Learning more about every game. It's always made me a very curious person, but it's also affected my gameplay, and I've got really piss-poor execution. I'll like drop the most basic things, which ends up leading me to have to either use whatever like fighting game simple modes they have. Like I play on motor controls, or I play on like stylish mode and blaze loop. I'll just use that a lot of the time. I'm low player in a lot of games. And again, because it affects my execution, it makes me like use like simple modes and like whatever the easiest strategy is. And I usually get fairly good at whatever that strategy is, but it does like box me in a bit. But that's a part of why I grew to love Super Turbo. It's a super easy game. Like it's got a lot of stuff to it, but it's all like knowledge checks, and that's like something I can adore. You can just pick up and play Super Turbo. Anyone can play Super Turbo. It's easily probably my favorite fighting game ever. I agree. Yeah, I agree in a way. A lot of Marvel, because it's so fast-paced, is a lot of situational chess. Like, oh, what do you do against like in this situation? Like, what do you do when Doom's like zoning you out? Like, you gotta think on your feet, because if you fuck this up, it's usually a dead character. Well, I started playing Marvel 2 a bit more seriously after I started watching like all of Jay Wong's like Marvel 2 videos, just because they kept popping up in my recommended. I kept like watching it, and I used to think like Marvel 3 was like the peak of team gameplay. I was really into Marvel 3, and I thought it don't get better than this. No like easy way to describe why I don't like Marvel 3, but the best way I can describe it is that it feels like Marvel 3 and Marvel 2 are both crazy, but it feels like they tried to intentionally make Marvel 3 crazy, which ended up making it feel fake. This game feels so unintentionally beautiful, and that's what like drew me to it. The crazy stuff in this game feels like authentic. Feels like something that we found, not like something that the devs thought that we would like.
Is there anything else
you want
to say regarding Marvel 2, Marvel 3, or anything?
Don't just buy this new collection just for Marvel 2. Play all the games, because they're all worth playing. Don't be afraid to main a low-tier team. Just because everybody's playing fucking Storm, Cable, and all these other god tiers doesn't mean you gotta. And, play fighting games, man. Stop arguing on the internet over, like, what's the best way to play fighting games, what games aren't valid, if the new gen's ruining your shit, like whether or not online matters, just play some fucking fighting games, man. Who gives a shit anymore?
Can I ask your opinion on macros? What do you think about macros?
I got into a 2-hour argument in this Discord, not in the voice chat, but in this Discord, like in the lounge, over macros. Old heads are so mad about macros, man.
For what though, man? You know what's crazy though? Here's my thing, right? I don't need macros to play on fight stick or anything like that, but we're playing on keyboard, dude. Do they understand how difficult it is to press 2 buttons at once on a keyboard, even if we wanted to, right? Some keyboards don't allow it. It's
Some
yes.
keyboards are specifically designed that
Some
if you press two buttons at the same time, that only one is recognized. And I play on pad. I play on an Xbox pad. It's not impossible to obviously just like press two with your thumb,
it's
but
not
like I don't.
impossible. It's just like
It just
we
feels weird.
want
It
you to
feels weird.
work 3 times just as hard just to validate that you're as good as we are with execution. It's retarded, dog. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And
like
I'm sorry. I don't mean that in a way where
oh no, dude, I'd be saying retarded. It's fine.